On Nationwide this evening, we celebrate women in business on this National Women's Enterprise Day. We meet hard-working entrepreneurs with a diverse range of skills, from running a trout farm in Kilkenny to manufacturing handmade chocolates in West Cork. Well, now, staying with National Women's Enterprise Day, our next story takes us to Cloughjordan in the Premier County, where a local woman found a business idea on her doorstep.
Welcome to Cloughjordan House, the home of the Baker family, and now the home of a very successful cookery school and bed and breakfast run by Sarah Baker.
I'm originally from Wexford. My parents were from farming background. I'm from a farming background. I married Peter and came over here to Cloughjordan in 1992. It dates back from the 1600s, the early 1600s, and it's in three parts. It's Georgian house is added on, and a ballroom is added on to that in the 1800s. So an awful lot of work has been done to the place. It was pretty well in bad condition when I arrived, so we've put an awful lot of work into doing it up. I sort of had a few options in that either I opened it commercially at that stage to bring in money to do it up, or I went for a grant aid because we certainly couldn't afford it to do ourselves, because we had a relatively small farm, dairy farm, which you couldn't have done up the whole place with. It's just would have been too much. So I actually got a lot of grant aid from the point of view of from the Heritage Council and from the County Council to do windows and roof and everything to make it secure.
Over the years, Sarah and Peter built up their farming business through renting other land. But in recent times, the additional land was no longer available, and the Bakers had to think of other ways to generate income.
Food and cooking is something I've always loved. We come from a farming background, from pigs and from dairy, and I was also doing fish farming. So growing food and knowing about how food is developed and in vegetables and everything. And I really wanted to sort of go from production to the end use. Honey, so this is something that you can.
And since opening, Sarah has been teaching cookery to a wide range of people, from the very young right up the line. From day one, Sarah has very firmly ran the school as a business and not as a hobby.
So all I did was I looked at the resources that I had, which is the house, the support of my family, which is really important, both my husband and kids and my extended family. And then it's really about putting it together. What is going to, sell, I suppose? What are people going to be interested in? And what are my skills as well? And what do I need to do to improve my skills? Which is really important. And I have done a number of courses, which has increased my ability of putting together a class. I think when you're starting off a business, your own time very often isn't actually calculated into the equation. I've got to really look at every single ingredient and say, well, is that really going to be of interest to people, or to people, people who want to come and learn to cook. Really, really enjoyed what I'm doing, and it's also bringing me in some funds as well, and it's sustaining what we have here in terms of the house, and it's something I can do. I can work from home, and also my kids are here. I can be with them whenever I need to be or whatever.
With the success of the cookery school, Sarah decided to expand into offering accommodation.
Also, I moved into B&B in a very small way because we did a lot of work to the rooms in the house. So we've actually had a good few international visitors, people coming back to Cloughjordan, say, to discover their roots, and also people coming to the cookery classes, that they can come and have an evening cookery and stay the night. Again, it's very handy having lots and lots of herbs very close by you and lots of flavour.
Sarah's life has changed hugely in recent years, from working on the farm to raising a family to becoming a solo businesswoman. And she has plans to expand further in the years ahead.
Well, what I'm doing at the moment is I'm building the brand Sarah Baker Cookery School and Fine Foods. And by putting the effort into whatever, my brochures, my cards, and putting a professional slant, and that anybody who comes, that I make sure that they have a quality experience, that they really enjoy what they're doing, and so that will then reach out then to expansion, to doing up other areas within the farm, which is an outhouse for either food processing or food production, and also in restoring the ballroom to a multifunction room that we can actually do the catering and keep people here as well. And I think it'll work. I know it will work.